The strongest sanctions yet against Venezuela are now officially in effect by the United States. The escalating tension between the two countries comes after a protest in Venezuela in March and the release of a former Venezuelan military intelligence chief by Aruba. Martin Markovits has more on this story and joins us live from Caracas. So, Martin, why did the State Department put these restrictions in place?
Hi, Elaine. These travel restrictions were put in place for Venezuelan officials who are being accused of being responsible for human rights abuses during the government's crackdown on anti-government protesters earlier this year. A recently released report from Human Rights Watch alleges that security forces detained people indefinitely and in some cases even tortured protesters. The State Department has also targeted 24 individuals in the Venezuelan government, but their names have not been released. But they did say that they included cabinet officials, mayors, and high-ranking members of the military. This was an about-face for the Obama administration. Currently, there is a bill in the U.S. Senate that would put similar restrictions, and the Obama administration was at first against it. They wanted peace talks to play out before pursuing this move. But with peace talks stalled, it seems that the U.S. has decided to change strategy. Venezuela, meanwhile, was quick to condemn the latest move by the U.S. President Nicolas Maduro has defended his government's response to the protesters, calling most of the charges false except for a few isolated incidents. Longtime political enemies, Caracas has blamed Washington for being behind these protests as part of a destabilization plot to remove the leftist Maduro from power.
And Martin, why did Venezuela's opposition leader Ramon Aveledo resign, and what does that mean for the opposition at this point?
Yes, his resignation comes as internal divisions are plaguing Venezuela's opposition coalition. Aveledo has been applauded for uniting Venezuela's fractured opposition parties and nominating a single presidential candidate twice and almost winning last year's presidential election. But after that loss, militant members of the opposition and student groups questioned Aveledo's moderate approach and decided to wage sometimes violent demonstrations to protest the country's economic situation. This, of course, resulted in the deaths of at least 40 people while hundreds were detained. During peace talks to resolve this crisis, Aveledo was again attacked by student groups for not representing their interests and of trying to make a deal with the Maduro government. After these peace talks failed, his standing within the opposition sank even lower, which might be one of the reasons why he resigned today.
All right, CCTV's Martin Markovits reporting live from Caracas. Thanks for that.